Underdog Fantasy Pick'em. Let's get back after it. Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Craig Ben, aka Cash Cake, back with an Underdog Fantasy Pick'em video. If you don't have the Underdog account and you want to join us, use that promo code CashCake and get yourself that 100% instant deposit match up to $100. Like always, link is in the description below. I got 3 plays for you here. That is what I recommend if you are going to play Underdog. They have the best 3-man payout in the industry. They're at 6x. So we'll just go in. We'll talk about 3 plays that we do like. Again, I'm recording this pretty early, around 4 a.m. on the East Coast. So lines can move. I'm trying to get these out early. One already did that I did like. I will talk about it as a 4th play, but the line moved by the time I could get this video up and going. So that's the problem with trying to do this research and trying to get a video out. Sometimes lines move before I can get a chance to even talk about them. So let's get after it. All right, Underdog Fantasy Pick'em is up on the desktop here. They got a sweet mobile app you can download as well on the Google and Apple Store. And again, like I always say, we're going to play standard-wise, just 2 or 3 picks. I prefer the 3. It's the best payout you're going to find out there for a 3 pick. And then insured, I'm always running 5 or 6. That's where I'll run insured. I don't ever run standard for 4 or 5. I'll run insured 4 or 5. I never run standard that. I always pick insured for that. But again, we'll talk about those 3 plays. And first, you know what? First, let's talk about the one that I wanted to talk about and bring up, but the line moved on me, and that was Nick Claxton. I like this play. I really did. And I think he could still be in play for you if you want to play him. I just like the line better before it moved. And that was points, rebounds, and assists. It was at 25.5. They do have a lot of injuries on this team right now. Cam Johnson is out. Ben Simmons has been out forever. He's got like a pinched nerve in his left back. Cam Thomas is out with a right ankle sprain. And they could be without Day'Ron Sharpe. He's got a right wrist bruise. So I like this line at 25.5. He's cleared this in each of his last 3 games, 29, 29, 29, Atlanta, Memphis, and Philly, those 3 games. And he's playing just between 33 and 34 minutes. We probably should see something similar to that going up against Detroit. Matchup's not horrible against center position against Detroit. They are bottom 10 in points allowed, bottom 10 in assists allowed at the center position, and about middle of the pack in rebounds allowed. So we'll throw it up here. But again, I wanted to talk about 25.5. That was way better value. Now sitting at 26.5. I don't know if I love it as much. If you want to go down to points and rebounds, that line hasn't moved there. And he has cleared it in each of those last 3 games as well, 25, 27, and 27. So if you feel more comfortable going this route, which I might honestly go this route, then if you're going to play it, I mean, the 25.5 I liked. 23.5, it hasn't moved. So that might be the better option for you here for Nick Claxton. So we'll throw that one up there. But again, I really wanted that 25.5. Now let's talk about the other plays I was talking about. Again, I always send it over to Underdog Projection EV tool, one of our tools we have that you will get with your elite membership. Again, if you're not an Underdog Fantasy member, and if you do use that code CashCake, head on over to this free offer tab, and you can send in some information and get a free month of Elite, which gets you access to these tools and all the plays that we do have each and every day. And it's not just me. We got a staff of 8 guys that give out plays each and every day, so tons of value out there. So next one we're going to talk about, though, we're going to head on over there. We're going to go Terry Rozier going up against Dallas here. This one kind of caught my eye a little bit. Pinnacle has it at minus 147 on the over here, and the line's at 25.5, so it hasn't moved. And we got it projected for 28. So if we come up here, pull Terry Rozier up at the 25.5 points, rebounds, and assists. And they're dealing with some injuries as well on their side. Tyler Hero is still out with that left knee soreness. Kevin Love is still a couple games before he plays. And then Josh Richardson had right shoulder surgery. He's done. He's not going to play for the rest of the year. And Lucas seems like he's always game time decision on the other side. But the Tyler Hero is the one that really sparks my interest here. But going up against Dallas here, it's a pace-up matchup for them. As Miami plays super slow, and going up against Dallas, where they are top 7 in the league in pace, where Miami is almost dead last. I think they're third worst in the NBA. And if we look at this, 25.5 points, rebounds, and assists, he's cleared this in 3 of his last 4 games, 27, 28, 24, and 26. And point guard position, Luka's a great offensive talent, but he doesn't play a whole lot of defense. So, overall, Dallas-wise, they're bottom of the league. I'd say bottom 5 in points allowed, bottom 5 in rebounds allowed total, and bottom 7 in assists allowed. So they give up a little bit of everything. The game's supposed to stay relatively close. This is more of a plus EV play for me, just looking at that pinnacle line. But it is, the line right now, looking at this Miami game, Dallas is favored by 5 in this game. Miami is on the road, so Rozier should have to shoot a little bit more without Tyler Hero. Probably going to play still around that 33-minute mark for him, and hopefully we see some more shots at what you like to see. The last game, he took 17 shots against Detroit, so I hope we see 15 to 17 shots out of him, and he can get there for us. So that's the play we're looking at there. Next one we're going to look at and talk about. I talked about him in an early video, but we will, again, bring it up Emmanuel Quickley here. I think there's a lot of ways you can go here. They have a ton of injuries. I brought this up before. There's no Scotty Barnes, no Bruce Brown, no Jakob Poeltl. All those guys are out. And if you think the game stays close, they're double-digit dogs right now. 32 points, rebounds, and assists would be my play. But I still think he can get there even with this rebounds and assist. He's cleared this in each of his last 4 games, 14, 16, 18, 14. And the last 2 are important because they were without Scotty Barnes and Jakob Poeltl, putting 18, 14. And 14 in 33 minutes where they got steamrolled by 40 points. So I don't think they're going to lose by that much. I think we're going to see closer to 35, 36 out of him. His rebounds and assists has just been absolute money. I don't think they have anyone that can stick with him. So I'm going to go this one, 12.5 rebounds and assists. Last one we're going to go to here, dug deep into this one, going over to Pascal Siakam. I think this is going to be a pretty popular play across the board just by looking at his numbers there, kind of seeing where he sits at. I pulled him up on StatMuse to kind of just show you what he's done against Minnesota. Big thing is there's no Cat. Karl Anthony Towns is out this game, but look what he's done. Against Minnesota here. 13 rebounds and assists. Again, these are all with Toronto. He's with the Pacers now. But 16, 16, 23, 18, 15, 14, 11. And these were all when he's getting good minutes, 37, up 34, like that. I'm not really counting these old games because he's, early in his career, he wasn't seeing as many minutes there. So, but Pascal Siakam, they just moved. See, this is what I'm talking about right now. 9.5. The line was 9.5 rebounds and assists here. That's what I want. It says it's no longer available. If it comes back, that's the play that we want here is the rebounds and assist with him. If we call it, let's pull him up right now. Pascal Siakam in our tool. Again, we got projected for 11.7 at this part in DraftKings, minus 130 on the over. The projection at 9.5 over Underdog. This is what stood out with me. Just our projections over twofold over him, which I love to see. And then just looking up the past matchup with him and StatMuse, and then just, this is why it's tough. I think it'll come back, but that was the fourth play. Again, Claxton wasn't. I wanted that 25.5 points, rebounds, and assists. But this is the third play I was trying to talk about was Pascal Siakam. I still think you can get him over at some of the other sites out there. And again, sometimes they just take them off here and put them back on. So I'll have to wait until that comes back because I do want to run a 3-man with Rozier Quickley and Siakam here. And we just got to wait for that line to come back. So like I said, sometimes it takes a little bit. Sometimes it moves. Sometimes it'll just come back at that point when it will be available. So those are the plays for me. Again, if you don't have the Underdog account, use that promo code CASH, getting 100% as deposit match up to $100. And if you are a first-time depositor, follow the instructions on the website over at dailyedgesports.com and get access for a free month of Elite, which gets you access to all of these tools as well as all of the plays that we have, not just me, but our complete staff, which are absolutely amazing. So appreciate you guys. Like always, I'll see you guys on the flip side. Deuces.